Hi everyone, I am medium Kristin Davies and I'm coming on live. I am going to be talking about ET Starseed origins. How many different ET origins have I seen overall when I've had readings with individuals? So how many lifetimes or different origins do I see with each individual, typically over the span of the many readings I've had over the past 3 years? So I've had probably close to 2,000 readings over the past 3 years. And on average, does anybody remember how many different origins that I have mentioned before per individual that comes to me for a reading? Does anybody remember that? In the very beginning, I did not tap into starseed energies. I think it's because I'm more in tune with the angels. But if you are a person that thinks about and talks about and continuously ponders upon your ET origins and ETs in general, okay, aliens, UFOs, all the rest of that, then I would say it's a strong indication that you have a starseed family member around you. Oh, Marnie's on the trail. Woo! And so it's really indicating that you have had starseed origins, and likely they're quite different than Earth, is my guesstimate on that one. Yep, that's almost right, Marty. Almost right. So close. So over the years, I've noticed the average number count of different origins per person is around 2 to 7. 2 to 7. Okay. So some of you are going to, pick Arcturian. Some of you are going to pick Pleiadian. Your soul's maybe going to want Andromedan, Sirian, Lyran, Gray, Hybrid, Reptilian. Try it out. See how you like it. Almost, but so close, so close. I give that an A+. So when you look at how many different origins that our souls have been on average, that's just my experience, around 2 to 7. So if you're the type of person that likes to try a lot of different stuff, and this is what I've noticed, the theme, a person that likes to try a lot of different stuff, and I mean like over here, over there, trying this, trying that, you've probably had 5 to 7 different ET origins under your belt. If you're someone that kind of likes things set in your way, you don't like things change too much, you're probably sitting around 2. That's me. I never liked my sisters touching my stuff growing up. I was like, get out of my room! Stop touching my stuff! And, if you look at my starseed origins, I'm predominantly Pleiadian. I've tried it out with an elemental energy known as like Fae or Fairy on the Pleiadian planet. And then I came to Earth. What a shocker that must have been for me, huh? What? No, I didn't sign up for this. So does anybody have any ideas of what it feels like when ET energy is around you? What are some of the signs that you guys have learned from some of my mediumship courses? Do you guys have any ideas? When energy is around you, you'll get many indicators, okay? Many. But we're going to hone down in on ET indicators, okay? So when an ET, extraterrestrial, alien, P.S. we all are, energy comes around you, what are some of the indicators that you're going to pick up on? Yep. So what are some of the signs when you have ET energy that's coming to visit you to chat with you? Or just curious. Or they're just looking at you and they're curious. Or you were fixating upon a TV show or some type of material you were watching, maybe about grays or tall whites or whatever you were watching the day or two before. And now that you've placed your attention and your focus on aliens, grays, now they are noticing that you're noticing them and they're coming and noticing you. Many, many times I've had readings like that. People don't understand, why did I have a gray sitting and staring at me? I said, were you watching a TV show? Maybe a day or two beforehand about grays? Yes, I was. Okay. So if you're going to notice them and you're going to be thinking about them, guess what's going to happen? They're going to come and visit you. And they're going to look at you. And they're going to look at your energy. They're going to suss you up. They're going to be curious about you. Who's thinking about me? Oh, let's go check it out. Right? Okay, here we go. So some of the key indicators that you are all noticing when ET energy comes around you is it can kind of feel thicker or denser energy. Yeah, I agree, Hushna. Kind of like, and it can make you kind of like uncomfortable if you're not accustomed to it. And it can make you nauseous. Yeah, it can. Because that energy is so different than this energy here. So your body responds by going, what is that? You might get heart palps, tightness in your chest, because the ET energy that comes around you affects your chakra centers. And you have a chakra center right in the center of your chest and right at your belly button level. You got another one here, you got another one here, you got another one here. That they might come and stream in through your throat chakra and make you cough, letting you know that they're there with you. Your chakra centers might be feeling a different energy. It's not good, it's not bad. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just a different frequency that's affecting your chakra centers. Okay. Ringing in your ears, different energy around you. You're feeling it different. Lights come on and off in your room. You feel kind of a wild vibration going through you. Hi, Ashley. Okay, and then Kelly's saying that she gets like her whole body starts to vibrate, and she gets blasts of energy through her crown chakra, and it's opening. Oh, it blasts it open. Yep. So they could be coming to visit you. They're curious about you, noticing them. They could be coming to communicate with you because it's your starseed family member that's here helping you in your lifetime from another lifetime, say as an Arcturian or a Pleiadian or an Andromedan, whichever, Syrian, Lyran. We could go off. How many different ET origins are there? Does anybody have the answer to that? How many different kinds are there? Yeah, like a strong pulsating and or tingling. Your third eye, it really intense energy around your third eye and heart expansion. Isn't that wild, Rachel? You don't notice it strong. I wonder why. So, does anybody, we're going to get back to that, Rachel. How many different starseed origins are there? Yeah, infinite. We can't put a number on it. There's no number you can put on it. And nothing will teach you that when you open your channels and learn how to channel and you realize, wow, there are so many different varieties that I've never seen before. Different skin textures, different colors, different eye shapes, different frequency, different way of communicating. Yeah, it'll go on and on. It'll go on and on. It'll go on and on and on. And then we have the hybrids. We haven't even talked about that yet. So that can go on and on too. Okay. So does anybody know what is the most important thing to do before you start chatting with ETs? What is the most important? Before you're just like, hey everybody, I want to gab fest with you. Come on in. Anybody? Anybody? Hey, I'm open to chat. Anybody? What's the most important thing before you do that? Starts with an A and ends with an M. AM. That's right. Boundaries. Get grounded. That's another one. Ground yourself before and after, and having a still mind, because how are you going to pick up on how they're communicating with you without a still mind? Boy, you guys are learning so much through my courses. I love this. And this course. You guys know. Yeah. Boundaries, quiet mind, grounding yourself, and we're calling in Archangel Michael as your spiritual bouncer to come move into your home. Come on in, Big Mike. Be my spiritual bouncer. Come please move into my home. No energy may pass through to me until they pass through you first. No one can enter my home unless approved by Archangel Michael. Yeah, and lots of water. Yeah, lots of water. Chin chin. Big Mike. And when you call in Archangel Michael to come move into your home, he helps to keep the energy in your home high vibrational, keep your energy nice and clear and high vibrational. We don't really have to ask him. It's an in-home filter. He also shields your entire home from outside energies, depending on what's going on the planet. That's a good idea. And he will go wherever you go. You ask him one time, he goes with you everywhere. So if you move to a different home, if you go to your workplace and you really need him in your workplace, really highlight that. I need you in my workplace, and I need help in my workplace. Or I need help with these people in my life. I need help with this situation in my life. Thank you. Okay? Really list off what you need with Archangel Michael. Okay, so we got Archangel Michael in place. Now we're ready to call in and practice sensing different ET energies. What is the difference between an ET origin that's coming to visit you and chat with you, and say they're in the 5th dimensional frequency? And then what is the difference between an ET origin that comes, say, in the 11th, 12th, or high dimensional realms? Does anybody have any ideas on that? How do you feel when they come visit you and you have high dimensional ET origins that come to visit you? What are some of the things you feel then? And how long can you handle communicating with them for? I know I don't think I've asked this question before ever. So you guys, you might be really thinking right now, if I'm situated in a 3-dimensional reality, although the energy permeating the planet is helping to raise us up to the 4th and 5th dimensional reality, although my own reality will sometimes be a match to that, but sometimes I drop in frequency, so I kind of stay down here in the 3D. And then I have a energy come visit me in, say, the 12th dimensional frequency. What is that going to feel like? Ooh, so we got some answers. That's right. That's right, Jean. Higher levels are just harder to maintain for a long period of time. Does anybody know why? Come on, Jean. Come on. More higher dimensions, more higher frequency. That's right. Yep. Yep. And Rachel's saying you might get a little bit more tired and more drained. I'm agreeing with that. Overwhelmed with the high vibrational frequency, Nikki. Yeah. It's a lot of energy for us to handle. I agree. Totally agree. And It might be harder to hold the connection for lengthier periods. We might feel a bit drained. Yes, Caroline. Yeah, exactly. You might feel lightheaded and dizzy. Exactly. Lindsay's learning so much today. Lindsay, just remember, a lot of these members have taken mediumship courses with me in the past, so they're all like this because they've all been through it with me, so they all know. And I'm just refreshing everyone's memory before we're going to start practicing in with ET origins, and we're going to see what they feel like today. First, we've called in Archangel Michael to be our spiritual bouncer. If you haven't done that, then you're not practicing with us today. So make sure that you've called in Archangel Michael to be your spiritual bouncer and move into your home. Okay? It's a lot of energy to hold and communicate with and keep grounded at the same time because it's so high. Exactly right. Yeah. And our bodies are like, whoa. So I've even had Pleiadians in the 12th dimensional frequency come visit on my way into the grocery store one day. And I knew I had maybe 5 minutes with them, maybe. Yeah, Archangel Michael is a great mediator, and it's very important that you call upon him. Okay? And so as I was going into the grocery store, in comes these 12th dimensional Pleiadians, and I'm like, holy moly, super overwhelmed. I'm lightheaded. I'm hanging in there, picking up on what they're saying, trying to keep my mind quiet. And then they're asking me if I would like them to step back away from me. And I'm like, yes, please, because otherwise I was just having a hard time. So it's really important that you remember, if this ET energy comes around you and you're having symptoms that are really uncomfortable, you must ask them to step back. They don't know any different. If they're in your bedroom at 5 a.m., I've told you guys that story about myself. Really important, hold your boundaries. Everybody outside until tomorrow when I wake up, and then I will listen to your message. There's no time or space constraints for them. They're not going to feel upset or, hurt that I kicked them out of the house. They're just very quite logical and curious. Some of the ET origins are not they don't really have emotional range. Hence why there's hybrid activities going on. Because, with hybrids, then they can progress and expand further. When it's just a gray, they can only go so far because the most in-depth range of emotion you're going to get from a gray is curiosity, right? So what are the two most popular predominant ET origins on planet Earth right now? You've heard me and Ashley talk about this maybe in the past. If you haven't, if you had a guesstimate, what would it be on the top two that are incarnating on the planet? Meaning your soul, a fractal of your soul incarnated in that vessel and then came to Earth, okay? Pleiadian, check. And does anybody know why Pleiadians are one of the predominant ET origins on Earth? Nailed it, Linda. Pleiadian and Arcturian. Pleiadian and Arcturian. Exactly right. Tall whites are really strong right now. They've been coming and chatting with me, and I'm like, I know you want to be nice and chat and help me out, but I can't handle you around me for too long. Because this is so much different than your frequency. And they know that I'm not being rude or mean or anything. It's just that I can't handle it. Yeah. Grays are one of the least I've seen incarnating here, just so you know. Likely because human with all this emotional range and grays are so opposite. And I've seen it. And the individuals that I have seen that have incarnated as grays and then coming here, they're having a hard time here. Hard. So They've come to me for reading, and we've worked on things. Things have gotten easier. They've gotten a whole lot better for them. Their angels have come through and really helped, or they've come to Ashley and we've helped them. But I'll tell you, it is a rough go of it. It can be. Yeah. But the good news is we can work on things getting easier and better. Yay! Yay! Why not Orion? That's a great question. Why isn't Orion one of the more dominant energies incarnating on the planet from ET origins? My angel's like, well, shrug of the shoulders. What do you want to say on that? It really comes down to just how many Orion energies have chosen to incarnate here. Okay, it just comes down to that. Also, the number of souls that have tried on Orion energies versus Arcturian and Pleiadian. My guardian angel saying that our souls that are starting off on this path of incarnation or coming into seeming physical form, we are trying out Pleiadian and Arcturian predominantly beforehand. So our souls are just predominantly choosing Arcturian or Pleiadian. And there's a few others that our souls are trying out as well, but the most dominant on Earth is Pleiadian and Arcturian. Why is Pleiadian one of the most predominant fractals of our frequency incarnating here on Earth? Anybody got any ideas? Yeah, I agree with that, Paul. I think Arcturians are really benefiting by incarnating on Earth as well. No, the answer to that's no. No, Lisa. Guardian angels are our guardian angels, and they will stay that way here with us. How many hybrids are coming and incarnating on Earth? She's giving me a percentage of 100%. I get 25%. Now she's knocking it down to 20%. It's like less than 20%. It's not a high number. Okay? Usually our soul will choose a vessel, like an Arcturian or a Pleiadian or otherwise, and then maybe a few others, maybe up to a certain number. I personally have seen up to 7 with individuals, and how many have I seen like that? 5 out of 2,000 people. So our souls are really trying this out, and it's not like we're like, oh, I'm going to go do 100 before I come to Earth. It doesn't quite work like that yet, that I've noticed, okay? Because, that's right, because Pleiadians help to seed this planet, and their energy is here like big time. So what makes an incarnation easier if you're incarnating as a human? Does anybody know the answer to that? Yeah. Pleiadians are very heart-centered. Very expressive, very animated. Oh, that's so sweet, Husha. Oh my God, that's so cute. I love that. Okay. So, if you've incarnated as a Pleiadian and then you come to Earth, it seems to be a bit easier, similar. And it's so funny because my angels once said to me, similar like this, similar, Kristin, not similar. I was like, oh, okay, because in my mind, I'm like, oh, humans and Pleiadians are so similar. And my angels are like, not that similar. I love it. Yeah. So I think with you, Rachel, being so much of your ET origins are in the forefront. When they come to visit you, it's not making you uncomfortable because it's a similar or like vibrational frequency. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So here's the thing, if you are incarnating as a Pleiadian, then you come to Earth and you got some wild ET energy coming to channel with you, and it's so different than your own frequency, you might need to ask it to step back because it's quite different than your own energy, right? So we can communicate with ETs. We can communicate with our ET starseed or our origins, our starseed family members. But number one, we ask Archangel Michael to move in and be our spiritual bouncer. Number two, we set boundaries if we don't like anything or if we're being bothered in any way by any energy. We make it known and ask Archangel Michael to act on behalf of our request. And if we need some of that energy to be vacuumed out of our home because it's making us uncomfortable, we can do that as well. Or if you don't feel like communicating with them in that moment, not right now, maybe later. Or if their energy is making your vessel uncomfortable, you just ask them to step back. That's really important. All right, you're welcome, Ash. All right, let's do this. Are you guys ready? So we're gonna bring in two different ET energies. Okay, who wants to pick the ET energies that are so different? I have an idea, but you guys go ahead and list off what you want to bring in. What do you want to try on first? We're going to sense some energy today. And how we sense energy is we're going to sit with stillness in our mind and we're just going to feel the energy around us. We're going to feel, not think, but feel. Ooh, you guys, look at you go. Love it. Yes, I think so, Lindsay. I think that depending on where your starseed origins are, so for example, if you tried out an elemental energy on a Pleiadian planet, you're really good at multitasking. You can think about 10 or 15 things at once. Like with me, I'm already on to the 10th step by the time you guys are talking about the first. I'm really good at my attention span moves, and I move real quick. And I can juggle 10 different things at once. That would be an indicator that you strongly pulled or tied towards elemental energy. Ooh, you were just bouncing around out there, weren't you, Lindsay? Yeah. So we're going to sense some energies today, and we're going to see what energies you pick up on and what they feel like. Okay, so let's try Lyran and Blue Avian first. Okay, so let's pull in the Lyran first. Archangel Michael's right there at the door. He's the bouncer. He's allowing whomever to step through for us to practice with. I don't know who this Lyran energy is. It could be one of your starseed family members. It could be someone that's representing the Lyrans on the other side for us to practice with. Archangel Michael knows who this is. That's all I care about. So Archangel Michael is the bouncer, and we are practicing with Lyran energy. I want you to sense, where is this energy coming in? Is it coming in front of you? Are you feeling pressure or warmth on your face, the top of your head, the back of you, the side of you? Are you getting shivers, pressure, intense energy? Or also, are you experiencing your chakra centers firing off, opening and expanding? Which one of your chakra centers are you noticing expanding? And there is no right or wrong here. We're just practicing sensing what this energy feels like. Okay? Here we go. We're going to try out the Lyrans first. Then we're going to try out the Blue Avians. Then we're going to switch and pick two more. Alyssa the Con, I wonder why you're choosing those ones. Okay, so you got it on the right side of your head. I've got the Lyran energy coming in here, and I got pressure on top of my head and even wrapping to the back of my head. Yeah, okay, crown as well. Throat, excellent. What does that mean if you feel your throat chakra firing off? Does anybody know? Anybody? when I start to cough and energy's coming through here and it's just hit me whammo, is telling me, that's one thing is telling you, need to speak up. But also it's also saying, oh, someone's here to talk with me. So I relax, I let them take over my throat box, and they'll form words gently, and then I can pick up on what they're saying. If you're going to practice channeling, this must be quiet. Even better, you're grounded. Even better, you haven't touched sugar or caffeine, which is going to be helping you feel very ungrounded. So grounding, no sugar, no caffeine before practicing. Oh boy. But today we're feeling predominantly. Yeah, verbally initiating communication. So anybody that's getting it here, they're wanting to chat through you. But also here. But here really signals to me that they're wanting to talk. And if you don't speak up for yourself in life, that is also a sign. Yeah, me too. Yes. Okay. So what does it feel like, you guys? Does it feel kind of like a little bit heavier, or does it feel a little bit lighter? Let's take it a step further. I want you to relax your mind and see if this lion will place itself as an image in your mind. And the key is to be very relaxed and don't get jolted with anything different that you might see. You're feeling it lighter. Fascinating. I feel like warmth and pressure and leaning in. I have an image in my mind. I'm seeing if you guys will pick up on an image in your minds. If you don't want to do this and you don't want to see them, don't do it. If you don't feel you're ready for that, then don't do it. Okay? And if the head pressure increases and it's making you feel uncomfortable, we ask them to step back. They'll still be there. We're just going to feel more comfortable. Well, that's good. Everybody's feeling it quite light. That's great. Really great. You guys are going to feel something real different when we call in the grays. Does anybody get an image in your mind of the color of the eyes and the color of the features? Ooh, that's awesome. Rachel's getting image of a white lion type of face. Does it look like a lion or kind of a hybrid between like more human feature and lion? Or say that. Yellow? Oh yeah. I'm getting more goldy yellow myself. I'm getting green eyes as well. You're getting yellow? Yep. There's no right or wrong. It's how it's coming through your filter being your brain. That's how it's projecting its image in through your head, or how you are picking up on it. Human body. Is it male? Is it male, Linda? Ask, and then tell me what response you get in the body. A tight pullback or a relaxed sensation? Are you male? If you get a tight pullback, that will be a no. If your chest is relaxed, that's a yes. So let me know in the comments. That's friggin' awesome. I see it as a hybrid too. And you see blue eyes. Yeah. Hybrid looking like, or human looking like. And there isn't like, oh, I got green, you guys got yellow, and you got blue, and we're It's how it's going to come through your filter of your brain. That's why it's so important when we ask, okay, well, which medium is best to go to? You really want to go for someone that's high vibrational, because the information is going to be coming through their filter, their vibrational frequency. So really look for a heart-centered medium. Getting female, a lot of female. How fascinating. And you feel male. Huh. And you know what I'm getting? I'm kind of getting neutral. And sometimes ET energy doesn't care to be a sex. It doesn't care to be, is it like an androgynous type of sensation? Sometimes the guardian angels that come through also choose that. It's more of an earthly thing. for male or female. All right. So we've got that under our belt. Now let's ask this energy. Okay, so it just wants to communicate a message before it goes. It's saying, hello, everyone. It's waving. Thank you for having me. Many of you have incarnated as my race or species, if you wish to say that or describe it that way. It is an honor to step forward in this way. And it's like happy. It's an honor to step forward in this way. And doing this, like happy. Call upon us should you need us anytime you wish. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, Kristin. Okay, so let's bring in the blue avian now. We're going to ask the Lyran to step right back. Archangel Michael's going to escort the Lyran away. And in will come the representative for the blue avian. Wow, what a difference. We're not thinking, we're feeling. Tune out your mind like you did in high school. And feel the energy around your body and through your body. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That was a quick meeting. Hello, blue avians. Where is the blue avians coming in around you? Where is that energy coming in around you? Ah, it's like a breath of fresh air. I feel pressure on my upper back, the back of my neck, and my head. But when they first came in, it was like sweeping wings and energy coming down over my head. And it felt very light and open and free. You're getting the third eye. Ooh, yeah. Throat for you, Nikki. I wonder what they're saying to you. Ooh, Nikki, type in the comments. Right in your face. Love it. Okay. I get flapping of wings. But like big, expansive reach of wing, like bigger than the birds, the typical size of birds here on Earth. Ooh, cold all over. Heart and solar expansion. Going up your neck, very light, fluttery and a bit, oh yeah, fluttery and lightness. That's kind of what I'm getting to, like fluttery and light. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna see the imagery in our mind, what it looks like. Ready? What color are the feathers? What does the face look like? If you don't want to do this, don't do this. Mental note. Okay? We're just practicing, seeing if we see any imagery. In the beginning of mediumship, you're going to be like, oh, am I second guessing that? You just want to sweep that away. Oh, maybe that's my, oh, you just want to just sweep that away, and you just want to go with the first thing that you get. Okay? Ready? Big dark eyes. Excellent. Anything else anybody's seeing? What color are the feathers? Or are the feathers all over the face or just around the face? I get the whole face sweeping with feathers. And I get royal dark blue feathers. Uh-huh. Yeah. Orange beak. Yep. Totally. And blue with pink. It does feel male to me as well. It feels more like a male energy. I haven't asked, but it feels more masculine energy. Blue wings and some red and gold. And P.S. Yep. And if you get tired, you ask them to step back, and you step back and just sit and observe us doing this practice. If you feel drained and tired immediately, you just tap out. Tap out. Gonna take a little break. Yeah, that's what you tell Spirit. Tapping out. I've seen blue avians as blue. I've also seen similar bird beings. I call them red avians, that are red. And I'm sure there's an endless color selection, I'm sure. I've also seen blue avians with like a greenish tinge on their feathers, and I've also seen bits and pieces of different, depending on, but predominantly blue usually. That's okay. It's okay. And your energy may not feel comfortable to see something that you're not used to seeing. So, you know, your spirit guide or your angels might just say, not with this one right now. Not quite ready to see that. All right, let's bring in 2 more energies in practice, and let's go with something vastly different. And this will be the last we practice with, because I don't want to drain everybody's batteries. Mental note: ground ourselves after this practice session, lay down and have a rest if you need to, okay? Go to bed early tonight if you need to, because what we're doing is going to drain the battery if you're not accustomed to it. And mediumship takes a lot of practice to hold your energy. It takes time to practice that. Okay, we're going to bring in Pleiadian, and we're going to bring in gray. And I'm doing this so that we can see the contrast and the difference, okay? So the first one we're going to do is gray, so that we end on a comfortable high note with Pleiadian. Hashtag sorry, Grace. Hashtag not sorry. Isn't that cool, Hushna? That's really cool, Hushna. And some of the characteristics of being a blue avian is you might feel very ungrounded a lot of the time. You might have a hard time remembering things, or keeping grounded in your body. Okay. All right, we're bringing in the grays. Here we go. Ready? It feels cold. You should have seen the gray walking past Archangel Michael, looking up at Michael like, am I allowed to go in here and be a part of this? Didn't say anything, but the look up at Archangel Michael and like, am I supposed to be here? Okay. And Archangel Michael is standing very tall as the gatekeeper. All right, here come the grays. Wait till the energy builds. We haven't even got to that part yet. Heavy, intense. So much contrast to the previous one. So we're going to ask the grays to expand their energy now to let us feel it even more. Shivering, cold. You see how different the grays feel to our frequency? And we wonder why we don't have ET origins just showing up on planet Earth in front of us. Because we have to be ready for that. We have to be ready to have that right in front of us. Yeah, interesting. Heavy, start cold. Yeah, cold, heavy, intense. Cold, dank, and moldy. I don't know about that, Nikki. But if we were talking about energy and frequency in comparison, yes. And in will come the nausea, because it's so different than what we're accustomed to. And quite frankly, I'll be honest with you guys, this gray energy that's stepping forward is easy breezy in comparison to what I've felt before. This is like a cakewalk for me. Cakewalk. They're making it easy on us as we're practicing today. That's easy. I've had gray energy come in that is so strong that it would bowl you over. Yeah. Throat chakra. Okay. Lightheaded. Okay. So, thank you. I'm going to see if this energy has anything to communicate. Nope, not at this time. Just here to help out and participate. All right. So now it's going to step back. And I bet we're all itching for that, aren't we? Because we're like, this is a little uncomfortable with my human body. All right? Now you know what a gray feels like. So maybe we'll try out the tall whites, then we'll try out the Pleiadian. Ready? Ashley's like, what are you doing to my students? Okay, in comes the tall white. Where's it coming in? Ooh. Yeah, coming right in my face, just like they love to do. Tall whites love to come in the face, and my chest, and my stomach. And my ears are getting cupped. So that means it feels like energy is cupping over my ears and I can't hear as well. And that tells me they're getting ready to communicate. Does anybody else feel the tall whites? Yeah. 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 I am throwing them in the deep end a little bit. We're practicing the tall whites and then we'll go to Pleiadian. Minor headache? Me too. In your face? Me too. What does it feel like with these tall whites? Does it feel like they could just come right into your mind and really telepathically communicate with you very easily? Heat in the face? Pressure behind the eyes? Yeah, because they're coming in through the back of the head, right out my eyes too. Eyebrow area? Very strong. These are pros. These tall whites, they are pros. They're so good at telepathic communication among so many other things that they're good at. Oh, energized. That's excellent. In your face. Everybody's like in your face. In your tense brows. All right. So I'm not going to test the waters to see what they look like. I'm just going to see what they like to say. We are encompassing the planet at this time, helping with ascension for those of you who need us. Thank you, dear ones. It is an honor to be able to come through in this way. We are readily available to telepathically communicate with you at any time you wish. Thank you, dear one. They're saying thank you to me. Ooh, let's let them step back now. And we'll have Archangel Michael sweep their energy away now. All energy is being swept away. Thank you. Doesn't that feel so much better? Deep breath. Now we're going to bring in a lot of Pleiadian energy. And this will be the last we practice with. In come the Pleiadians. Where are they coming in from? Oh yeah, here they come. They're coming in right behind me. My heart chakra is opening and expanding. A lot of love, a lot of light, a lot of emotion. You can see with the grays and the tall whites, there isn't that expression of emotion like we're used to here on Earth, right? Yeah, it takes about a minute, about 30 seconds to a minute for that energy to sweep. Feels a lot better now though. Cool. Heart touching the top of your head. They're right on the top of my head now, and it's a lot of pressure, and that's telling me they're getting ready to communicate through me. So these are signs that there is energy that wants to communicate with you through you, telepathically, okay? Heart and body buzz. Goosebumps. Do-do-do. This is my team coming in. All right. Back of the head, heart expansion. Yes, this is where they're coming in. All right, Does everybody want to just relax our minds and see what they look like? What do they look like? What are their features? I got bright blonde hair, piercing blue eyes, like pools of blue eyes with immense love, energy pooling out of their eye sockets. Their skin is like porcelain perfect. Like there's no acne, there's no wrinkles, there's none of that. Beaming with love and smiles. And they're very tall. I think some of the shorter ones are probably like 6'1". I'm seeing these as, I think, closing in on more like 7 foot. And they're wearing like garb type, robe type outfit. And it looks kind of like dark blue and light blue mixed together. Blonde hair, blonde hair. Everybody's getting blonde hair. Yeah. Do Pleiadians have only blue eyes? Oh, that's cool. So the Pleiadians, they also can have other colored eyes, but predominantly they have blue eyes. Okay. So let's listen in to see the message. Dark blue robe, perfectamundo. Perfectamundo. You're doing great. Perfect. You are the light bearers. You are the light bringers, the bringers of the light here upon the earth plane at this time, dear ones. You are here to usher in the new high vibrational energy frequency here on earth, and you will anchor this light through your vessels here on earth as pillars of light all over the planet, including the planet's energy herself. Holding the fort. Hold the fort down. This frequency, you're holding it here until the new energy incarnates here. The new volunteers of high vibrational souls incarnating through the vessels here. This is why Kristin often hears the importance of procreation, childbirth, having children, because these vessels are greatly needed at this time in order to usher in this new high vibrational frequency, these new souls here upon the earth plane. It is an honor to be here to help each of you expand and grow in this way. Many blessings to each of you, dear ones. We are the Pleiadians. And they're just doing this. Isn't that beautiful? So you may pick and choose who you want to communicate with your spiritual bouncer, Archangel Michael, and you get to choose who you feel comfortable with and who you want to talk with on a regular basis. And that's the beauty of free will. Free will here on earth. You can hold your boundaries with people. You can hold your boundaries with spirit. Whether it's the physical or the non-physical, hold your boundaries. And you get to pick and choose. Isn't that great? I bet you almost fell asleep, Nicole. You might need to go lie down. Or if you can't lie down, get yourself outside and lean upon a tree on your back. And this will help to re-energize you and bring your energy back into your vessel. Yeah, it's very peaceful now, isn't it? Do you guys notice how quiet and still it is? That's what peace feels like. When you have that immense amount of peace and light and love around, it becomes like still and quiet. So when you get stillness all of a sudden on the side of the head and your hearing goes completely still, that's a great indicator you've got your angel or an angel right next to your head. because they are pure light and love. So are the Pleiadians. All right. It feels like time is standing still. Yes, it does. Because for them, there is no time. And when they envelop us, that's what we're sensing as well. Yeah. Everybody outside, everybody grounding, everybody lying down and resting. Have a great day, you guys. Have a wonderful day. You guys know that the next Mediumship for Beginners course is coming up April 15th until the 30th. I've placed my website just above this video, so you can click on it. And also, if this is on YouTube, you guys can go ahead and click below. And also, remember that this is coming up for 2 weeks. And if you feel drawn in this direction, me and Ashley will be doing this course as well. And we'll be doing more practicing mediumship. Okay, love you guys. Bye.